Hi everyone, I'm Rhonda, and I think I've talked to just about everybody in the room. I am really excited about where we're at right now, the progress we've made, the events that we've attended, the message we're getting out to the public. I think we're being heard. I think people are passing our message on, and I'm getting really good feedback from people as I talk to them. So I'm excited about today. It's just one more event and one more chance for us to rally the troops behind us because we need your help. We need your help for door knocking, phone calling, and just, your help to help us get out in the community, do advertising. Hopefully you've seen our signs because we've got our signs out there. But we are, first and foremost, we're doing this for the kids. A lot of parents have a choice as to whether their kids are homeschooled or go to a private school. But for those kids that don't have a choice, they're still our kids and our national treasures, and they're going to be running the country someday, and we have to help them. Because they should have the kind of school experience that I had and even that John had. I mean, it's just been this last generation that it's really, really changed. So we stand for parental rights. We do not believe your rights stop at the school door. We brought these children into the world, and we want to be involved in all of their decision making. We want to, thank you. We want to, raise our kids with our ethics, our values, and we want them to go to school and be educated. And so it's very dismaying to go to ospi.com, and I would encourage you to go there. You can just put in South Kitsap School District, South Kitsap High School, South Kitsap Elementary. You can look at their test scores. And, we have a few of the elementary schools that are doing very well. And so when you see an average like 37% of the third graders, only 37% could read at third grade level at the end of the year. That is an average. Some schools, like actually South Colby, is higher than that. They're more like 50%. And then we have some that are lower, and so 37% is the average of all 10 elementary schools. And that is just very sad because studies have shown that if you cannot read at third grade level at the end of third grade, there's a 25% chance that you'll never finish school. And there's a 50% chance that when you graduate, you will not be reading at 12th grade level. You will not be able to go out in the world and have a job and go to college and have choices that you should have if you haven't been able to read well. It affects all other learning from the 4th grade on. So I would like to change that around. That's kind of my big thing. I think we have to make sure that K through 3rd grade education is stellar. We need to start doing more testing and dividing up classes and bringing in help, whether it be volunteers or tutors. We need to get our kids up there at, why not 100%? When did we ever aspire to 50%? That is like ridiculous. So, I mean, it should be 100%. No reason why we can't. Joni's grandson is in a school, and he came out of kindergarten reading at 2nd grade level. So there should be no reason for any 3rd grader to go into 4th grade not being able to read at grade level. So kind of got off on a tangent, but that's a big one for me. I want to see curriculum transparency. That is a board's job. The directors are to look at curriculum and approve, but our past boards have delegated that basically to the superintendent. I think that needs to come back. They've delegated financial responsibility. They've given the superintendent the ability to spend up to $1 million per transaction up to $1 million without any approval from the board. And most school districts, in folks that I've talked to that have been board of directors, for a district our size, it should be a limit of about $50,000. So we're going to rein that in right away, and we're going to be involved in the decisions, and we're going to do the duties that the RCW tells us that is our job. We're going to actually do our job. So we'll see academic progress, and then, of course, just the whole financial accountability. I think when you have accountability, then you're also going to be building bridges of trust with parents. Right now, I feel like as I'm talking to people, they just feel like, oh, it's hopeless. They're upset with the school because they feel like they voted for certain things and they were let down. And so there's a real high level of distrust towards the school board, towards the superintendent, towards teachers. And I would love to turn that around to where we start having common ground, bridges of trust, bridges of respect, and let's make our teachers feel safe in teaching in their classrooms in the high school. Let's eliminate some of that violence that we're seeing up there. Every day there are fights at the high school. Why wouldn't we maybe consider having an anger management class for those students and giving them other tools to solve their problems than their fist? Just one other thing I wanted to say about the bond is $48,200,000 for South Colby, same amount for Olalla Valley, and you combine those two, and that is almost $100 million. Now you add $96 million for Cedar Heights, which was built on a bog, and now they want to build on the other side of the bog. That's $200 million out of the 271 when those projects cannot be built due to salmon streams, environmental concerns, spotted owl, soils that say that if there's an earthquake, they will fail. Already at Olalla, they've already built on part wetlands or right up to them with a 1967 septic. And they want to enlarge the school 11,000 feet. I mean, that's not going to happen. But what is going to happen is that money will come back to the board for them to decide what to do with it. And so if this goes through, you will have 3 conservatives making sure that those funds go where they're supposed to go, to capital improvements. And I did just find out from Mr. Daly that there is a 15-acre site halfway between South Colby and Olalla Valley, and we could actually build a bigger school right there. It would be halfway between the two. So there's a lot of different considerations. We've got another 30-plus acres out by Old Clifton Road that we could look at maybe moving Cedar Heights and a second high school out there, similar to what they did in Central Kitsap. So there are a lot of ideas. There's additions that could be done to schools. North Kitsap has consolidated their schools. Bellevue just started their first day of school with big announcement on TV, how they've consolidated. So I don't think we have to spend the kind of money that they want us to spend, and we could accomplish the same. Yes, Jay.
Quick question. Do we have more students than what our schools can handle right now, or what? I
No.
In 2001, so has the population gone up so high, like as far as kids, or what's the reason?
Yeah, so they've added to South Kitsap High School, and right now, again on OSPI, it's 11 students per 1 teacher for what we have hired at our school district right now. So everyone still thinks we have 40 students in a classroom. That is not the case. The average is 11 students per 1 teacher as far as the people that we've hired. So we are not in any way really short of buildings. We haven't outgrown a school. I think Olalla Elementary at one time had a little over 400, and now we're at 270. So, but what I would really love to do, we have, 1,052 students that have left. And if we could change the school, maybe they'd come back, There's a possibility. And also, I want to make the school district a district that has great scores, because that affects everybody's real estate. If people don't want to come live in our district because our school district is so poor, that's going to affect all of us as well that are invested in South Kitsap. But the South Kitsap High School, the district, they have a great communication program where if a school bus is going to be 10 minutes late, they can send out a blast to all the parents affected by that one school bus that's going to be late. I would like to use that communication to further parental involvement, letting them know this coming Wednesday is going to be a board meeting. These are the items we're going to discuss. We encourage you to come and share your thoughts and feelings. Let's move the board meetings to a bigger location. Right now, they have a lot of staff that attend the board meetings, and they take about half the seating, and that leaves room for about 20 parents to come comfortably. Let's move it to a venue at the high school that would actually allow 40 to 50 to 100 parents to come. And so just getting parents involved, getting volunteers involved to help get the kids back up after such a huge learning loss, I think is really important. Feeling like their kids are getting the education that they need, and they feel like there's more indoctrination than instruction, and that parents don't feel like their kids are safe. Which is very sad. I mean, I've talked to school teachers that even they don't feel safe in their classroom due to lack of any kind of oversight from the administration. Yes.
So just do I understand it right then? So numbers are dropping for students in kind of the smaller, the lower grade levels, but are super packed with regard to the high school, correct?
Yeah. Trying to get from one place to the other in 7 minutes can be difficult. You have to kind of go around or step out of the building and go around if you really want to get to your next class on time. So.
And how much is each student worth to the?
Each student is worth about $17,221, I believe it was. And that is through the levy, through the state. So, for $17,000, you can be in a really top-notch private school. Yeah.